Right, morning everyone, we're back again. Today we're going to put some of this underseal inside the chassis before we go any more. Right, there's the two brackets from Richard's chassis, we've got to paint them. I'm also missing some more from this tub kit, so they're getting that made and sent out as well. I didn't realise the other day. So we've got this underseal. I've got this thing with a long tube on it as well to spray out inside. So we'll just go over the inside. It's like here you can see at the end there, obviously inside there you can see silver because it's galvanised, but we want it all to look black. We'll also spray inside here to just, well, we're going to spray the whole chassis, but I'll just tidy up these little bits that look silver. Not that that really matters, but that'll just be a better job, and then we can continue with the rest of the bits and pieces we've got. We're going to hopefully, well, I can fit the ball joints for the anti-roll bars today, and hopefully take the maybe take the old bulkhead off and get that ready. So the pipe didn't work until I cut it in half, so and I put some thinners in it, so you really either need to make it really thin, which will be no good then, or cut that tube in half to spray out the underseal. I've only used one tub of underseal. Unfortunately we had a few spillages when we were trying to get it to come out of the longest tube until I cut it in half. So you can see we've got all inside there. All inside there. Well, there's a bit missing there, look. There is some bits missing. Maybe I can sort that out when I do some other undersealing. I've sprayed all in these holes. You can see made a bit of a mess, unfortunately, like this front end. This bit is really bad for rusting, so I've gone and give it a good over in there and just lightly gone on top of this bit, because this bit hold the water. So we've gone over there, got in the middle of these axles, sprayed in there, just put a little bit round the top and round the top of these turrets. Gone all in the back of there, look, all the way through where you can't get paint. That's nice and thin. Another prone area where they tend to rust. And all the outriggers, I know they're galvanised and they've been painted, but I'll just give them another little scoot of that. That should help the stone chip and stuff. And I've gone up the top of in here where you can't really see, so I put a little bit up there as well. I probably should have put a little bit in here as well, really, but I always think you can pressure wash that out. You see up there I put some. I'm just going to wipe them drips up. And the other place where you see a lot of rust is under there where they bolt, you know, where the springs bolt down. So I've done that front and back as well, sprayed a little bit under there. You can see I've put some thinners in it, so it's a bit thinner than normal because I didn't want it to be thick. And I've gone underneath all these brackets all the way along, so there's all paint under there, there's all underseal under the inside of there as well. And I've just done round in the backs of them, because you sometimes get muck and stuff go up there. So all in all, I'm pleased with that. Managed to get the last little bit out of the can just to finish off rather than opening the new one. So we've got nicely inside everywhere, just about. A little bit messy in places, like I said, but that'll never rust away. And you ought to use the underseal. See, I was in two minds whether to use it. I was in two minds whether to use the underseal, but if you're going to use it, you're going to put it on when it's brand new, so you don't cover dirt up. So, well, I think that'll be good, because by the time I use this, which will be a few months' time, that'll be nice dried, probably quite hard by then. Like you said, I put a bit of thinners in it to thin it out, so it's you know, goes nice and flat, don't stay in big lumps or anything. So I think that'll be a good thing. Cheers. Just a few exhaust brackets and stuff, we're just going to clean them up. and paint them. I've got these bits ordered from Yarm, and this, quite expensive. And I'm going to get a tank bracket as well, which is really expensive, but a stainless steel. It's about 265 quid for the bracket and the base clamp there. I'll do another bit, so I thought I'd take the fuel tank out. So I disconnected this off the fuel filter. I've cut one line, the green line that goes back from the pump to the, well, from the engine to the tank there. That's the green line. That's the only one I've cut. Yeah, so I'm trying to lower it down, but then you can see it's just still rusted. We definitely need a new one. And obviously I can't undo these back bolts because they're on studs, and they're right inside here, and they're obviously rusted completely. So I'm going to see if I can just chisel them, and then that should just fall out. I've kept everything connected because I didn't want to, well, everything's colour coded, but if I thought, well, if I keep it connected, that'll stop dirt getting in, and that'll be easier when I replace it. It was just chopped away around this stud because the metal's still rusted. That's easier to do, and that'll drop down in a minute. Making too much noise, but look, there's the little chicks. So we have to, hopefully they'll be fledged soon. So as you can see, the tank guard, or the tank bracket, is off. We're just resting on the jack, just so it don't drop down, and we should be able to now draw that out. And then we'll have to get a new tank guard off Yarm. Mind you, it's going to be 6mm stainless, but very expensive, but never mind. It looks like we have another little nest. I can't see any eggs in there. That's a shame I've disturbed them if they haven't laid eggs yet. I didn't notice it in the chassis. Look, there's a lot of wildlife around here. I've just taken this wiring harness off there, or this plug. So that's a military plug for a military trailer, but that'll obviously help when I put normal trailer electrics on, hopefully. So we've got them brackets nicely painted. The other side's got to be done. And we've got that bottom of the bumper just nicely painted up. It's got a few dents in it, but I'm happy with that for now. We can maybe buy another one as time go on. And I've also painted them couple of brackets from what Richard Sound sent, but Richard Chassis, but they have got some more brackets to send me as well. So we started on the bumper. If you remember right early on, I bent all this and these were stuck in, but I've heated them up with a blowtorch, and they're coming out now. Straighten that all up, and we'll have to get this bumper sprayed up. Well, we're slowly getting there with the bumper. It's very hard to get into some of the bits in there, so I'll have to wait till tomorrow. Alright everyone, thanks very much. We'll start again tomorrow. Cheers.